I think it's very clear, and I don't know that anyone would disagree with this, that Russia would not have invaded eastern Ukraine if the Biden administration hadn't sent Kamala Harris to the Munich Security Conference in February of 2022 to say to Zelensky on camera, we're going to make you a NATO country, meaning we're going to put American NATO arms on the Russian border. Like, you would not allow Chinese, your country probably would, but you shouldn't allow Chinese missiles in Scotland peering over Hadrian's Wall aimed at London. You'd be like, no, it's our, you can't do that on our border. And the Russians are like, no, you can't do that on our border. And we're like, shut up, you're Russian. You have no right to determine what happens on your border. Piss off.
But if
that actually happened.
But my point is, if the defense of expelling Saddam Hussein from Kuwait was that we have energy interests in that country.
Well, no one ever said
and therefore
that.
We should kick him out. But that's obviously what we all knew. And it was done very quickly and competently by General Norman Schwarzkopf, and it was great military operation. But surely the principle and ideology is not different. And what's interesting is every Republican back in...
They're idiots.
No, hang on.
They support the Ukraine war.
Hang on. No, but I mean, every Republican in 91 would have supported that conflict.
Well, whether or not
Republican
members of the Senate support something is immaterial to my support of it, I can promise
every
you.
Republican voter, I think, would have supported it. Whereas what's interesting...
35 years ago, I'm just saying...
So what's changed is a lot of Republican supporters now, conservatives in America, are against supporting Ukraine anymore. And I'm curious about that change in what has been, 35 years. There's been a real sea change. And it may be because Americans are understandably war-weary. They're fed up with spending a lot of money on foreign wars, foreign conflicts. There's a good argument America hasn't really won a foreign war since World War II. You look at from Vietnam onwards, endless quagmires, endless problems, Iraq, Afghanistan, and so on and so on. And I look at what's happened in Ukraine, and I'm just looking at it pragmatically. Do we just let Russia, led at the moment by Vladimir Putin, who I would categorize as a dictator, or do we let him just take what he wants?